Here we are outside the house, and this is where the two drilled holes punched out through the brick wall that I drilled from inside. They kind of blew out more brick than I wanted, but that's alright. This is the cover plate. It'll cover it like that. So it should be fine. So now I'm just going to cut out a hole here, cut through the brick with this angle grinder to make room for that pipe. Brought a piece of 3-inch PVC pipe out from inside the house through the brick wall. I'm going to stuff a piece of foam in here to kind of insulate, and then finish off with a bunch of caulking all around this thing. With all the caulking in place, I have a set of louvers that I've applied caulking to the back. Careful not to get it into the little hinge pins here on the sides. And just going to stick that right in place. I'll put that on with, hold some duct tape on it and let it dry. Here's a 3-inch PVC pipe when it comes inside through the bricks. I caulked it to the baseboard, and also I caulked it to the vent fan. You can't see that from this angle. And then here's our flex aluminum pipe that goes around and then actually goes over to the shower. Inside the shower, you can see here's that pipe coming over. This is going to go right to our little vent fixture. I decided to make one small change inside the shower. Here, this represents the roof. I was going to have the shower pipe come down from the ceiling like that and not have to worry about chiseling this, but I decided just to go ahead and do it the right way and chisel a slot. So the shower head will come out here as it normally does in a shower, and then a pipe will go up and end up connecting to the shower pipe that goes down to the valves. Here's the final plumbing and the tile to cover it. Okay, now we're putting tiles on the ceiling. This is always the scary part for me. There's a tile. I've buttered and combed the back. Just gotta basically stick it on there, and you wiggle it around quite well. And I mixed the mortar up kind of extra thick and sticky. Just hope it doesn't fall off. Okay, let's do a quick progress check. In here, this wall has got tiles with no grout yet. There's the valves. There's the handles for the valves. Here's a wall that's already been grouted, the back wall. There's the shower head that's it's just temporarily, it's going to come out so I can grout there. The ceiling has all the tiles on it. Notice I only had to put 4 little corners on the light hole, because when you put the light on like that, that's all it shows. That's going to come back out to do the grouting. Over here, that tile is a little bit more intricate of a cut. That had to be done for the vent hole, and there's the vent pipe. And then that's going to trim the vent right there. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not sure which, I found this nice granite sink on clearance at the hardware store, and my wife definitely wanted to get that and replace our old sink. So this guy's got to come out. Already taken off the hardware and chipped it away from the wall. It was glued in. I just got to lift this guy out. And also, that sink is wider by 4 inches than this one, so I'm going to have to move the cabinet over and mess with that a little bit. Since this left a gaping hole, having to rip that off, I could just repair it with drywall, but I think what I'll do instead is just fill it in with some 1/2-inch wood and then put a tile all the way around like this, butt into that, and go down on either side so this looks like a tiled in area. So I really need to move this sink vanity base that way about 2.5 inches. These pipes are drilled right through and they can't slide it that way. The right way to deal with this would be to cut them off, drill new holes and resolder. But the easy way is just to take a I don't know what this thing is called, the Rockwell Sonocrafter, there's competing brands, and just cut the slots bigger. And then just screwed it right over. But I drew a level line all the way across to match this tile. And now I've got mastic buttered on the back of this tile. And stick that in place. And just work my way across. And there are all the tiles cut and stuck in place. Moving this cabinet over that way, I left a little bit of a gap between the wall and the cabinet, because remember this thing is about 4 inches bigger than the cabinet, so I'm kind of cheating by putting it on here. And what I did was let it overhang a little bit, not too noticeable on that side. On this side, to fill this gap, I just got a poplar trim board like this, cut it to size, and then screwed it in from the side. So there's the vent. Just put some silicone caulking like this around the outside edges underneath that ring, and then shoved it up against the tile. There's one of my lights partially wired. I've got the power wire coming in, and then a jumper wire goes back up and over and back out the other side. That'll go to my other light. I just basically twist all the whites together, all the blacks together, and all the coppers or ground wires together. I twist them together with these wire nuts. Our lights and vent. When I was grouting, I put these temporary tubes in to kind of cover the valve stems so they wouldn't get all grouted. And then I've got, this is going to be my temperature control, and this is the on-off. So this is going to get screwed on right like that. And then that guy down there is going to get screwed on there. Next I want to install a soap dish. I wanted to get one that was fairly small, because this is a fairly small shower, and just put it in the corner. I couldn't find a small corner soap dish, so I'm going to make my own. I just took a piece of tile and cut it. So I want to put that tile right there, basically. But I also wanted to have some thickness that looks a little thin for a soap dish. So I've got a piece of wood here. That's 3/4 inch redwood. I wanted it because redwood is like treated wood, it won't rot. Here's my board. Put the adhesive on there. And stick it in place. Probably like that to lean forward a little bit, so if I put soap it would drip off. I'm going to clean that off and then just let this thing dry. Okay, after this dried overnight, this wooden piece is in there solid. I don't like to advertise products on my videos, but this Loctite Power Grab construction adhesive is really nice, because you just put it on and stick it in place. You don't have to tape it or anything. It just holds while it's drying, whereas other construction adhesives will will drop. I guess that's the name Power Grab. It's all about, you can just stick it and leave it. It's convenient to work with. So what we want to do next is, I've got a piece of tile that I cut obviously ahead of time. That's the size I wanted to put in there, and I'm going to actually glue it on top and leave just enough room here for grout. And then I've got 3 more pieces of tile that I've cut. I'm going to put a piece here and a piece there and another piece over there. I'd like to point out one thing I did here. Notice how these 2 joints, or these 2 tiles, are together and form sort of a square joint. You can see it on the end there. I could have used this kind of a tile, bull nose, and just rounded it over like that and met it even with that. But I really wanted a sloped off edge so that the water would run off, and I like this look better with the tile on top and bottom, and then I just filled in with grout all the way around. So that's why I chose to do that. And that's what our shelves look like, completed. To clean scum off the walls when you're doing grout, a lot of it will sometimes get onto the tile. Heavy duty acidic cleaner. Put that on a paper towel and wipe it off. Make sure you're wearing rubber gloves when you do this. You don't want to get this acid on your hand. See that yellowish color is the tile grout. I'm getting cleaned off. About a year ago, I remodeled my master bathroom, and I put a lot more features in this one because I get to see it every day and enjoy it. So it did cost a lot more money to do, but the same basic principles. Start by looking at these medallions. I don't know if you noticed on the project downstairs, we had some of them did a lot more here. Instead of just dark tiles, these medallions are like $7 each. Kind of expensive, but as you can see, I've used them all over the bathroom. Expensive, but nice. Up here on top is this rope. It's a tile rope. Again, pretty expensive. I think they're $6 a piece. All around the top edge, and then down around the outside of the room to top off the edge of the tile. I guess that's another thing too, is that in the bathroom downstairs, I didn't tile all around the walls, whereas here I did. So you're just paying more money for tile, and it looks nicer. Let's see what else in here. I have that seat. That's about only $60 for a seat. Pretty cheap, really. I didn't do it downstairs because the shower is smaller. Didn't have enough room. One note about when you put these in, it doesn't just stick on the wall. It actually tile up from the bottom, and then this seat actually sits on the row of tile. So it's actually into the wall about a 1/4 inch, and then you tile on top of it and sort of locks it in place. And this is actually strong enough to sit on or stand on. It's a nice add if you have room for it. Again, more of these medallion tiles in here. And this is actually sort of a custom made thing. I just turned some medallions on an angle, and then you can buy this mosaic strip that's meant to go, I think, around this way in a tile job, and I decided to go around like this. And then you can also buy these tile frame edges. Just sort of made it look like a little picture of sorts. Let's see in here. Oh yeah, there's plastic boxes. I didn't really want to dig into concrete to make shelving in the basement bathroom, but up here, since it's just 2x4 stud walls, buy these plastic boxes, stick them in, and then they have this shape already, and you just have to tile to them. It's a little bit more work. An arc top is more work than a straight one. There's a straight one down there. Again, good for soap and shampoo and whatnot. Back in the downstairs bathroom, I'll show you a few finishing touches. Got a toilet paper holder there, a new towel bar down there. I'll replace the towel bar over there, and a towel hook right there. And that about wraps it up. Thank you for watching, and good luck on your bathroom remodel.